We are at the top of the table. We're on a 13-game unbeaten run, and we have a massive second round FA Cup match at home to Coventry in front of what will hopefully be a bumper crowd. I'm hoping all my positivity will survive this episode. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 19 of One Team, One Dream, Into the Woods. My name is James, and on today's episode, as mentioned in the intro, we have a FA Cup second round tie at home to Coventry City, followed by an away game against our bogey team from last season, Chesterfield. Since you're last with me, it feels a lot longer than it actually has been. It's only been 2 matches. We had the Maidenhead game rearranged due to international fixtures, so we put in a friendly against Boston United. We can gloss over that. I basically played the second string team for that game anyway, as a number of our key players were away on internationals. But in the 2 league games we did play, we drew 2-2 against Havant and Waterlooville. This was a disappointing game. Havant and Waterlooville are struggling this season, and we struggled to get past them. They had more shots. They had more shots on target than us. We did dominate in terms of possession, but we just didn't defend very well. They came at us and they got the point that they wanted. However, we did make up for it with a very comfortable 3-0 away win against Harrogate. Harrogate were never in this game at all. We came into this slightly different formation. I did try the 4-2-4 for this game, which may be where the issues lay. But for this game, we switched back to the 4-2-3-1, which we'll be playing in both games today against Coventry and Chesterfield. And it bore much fruit in terms of a 3-0 win, very comfortable win, which puts us 5 points ahead at the top of the table. Barnet have also dropped off in the last couple of games. They recently lost to Wrexham. And how close is this playoff picture getting? We are looking like we're talking 2 points between Cheltenham in 8th and Wrexham in 2nd. Even if we go down to 12th, we are looking at only 6 points. Two wins or 2 losses between 12th and 2nd, which is crazy. Yes, we're only in the first half of the season and we haven't even hit December yet. But if this carries on the way it's going, it's going to be a very tight playoff picture. However, what it does provide us with, especially with a game in hand, is an opportunity to break out a little bit of a lead. And if we can create quite a nice buffer between ourselves and second, that definitely makes the second half of the season a lot more comfortable to deal with. Other than that, there's been no more news, so let's crack on to the first match of today's episode, where we face Coventry at home. As we did with the Swindon game, I am not expecting any result from this at all. I just want the guys to go out and give a good show and give a performance that they can be proud of. Now, in terms of team news, we only have one notable absence from the squad. Iqbal has unfortunately received a fractured arm, which he received 15 minutes into the last game. He is now out for 4 to 6 weeks and has gone to see a specialist. So it's going to be a couple. He may be back. He may be back for the next episode, depending on how long we leave it. But we'll be able to play him for a little while. However, with our abundance of midfielders we seem to have at the club at the moment, we definitely found some options to fill his spot in the side. So this is the team that is going to be facing Coventry in the first of today's 2 matches. We have Huddard in goal, a back 4 of Femi, Fifield, Tricker and Daniel, McDonnell and Adebayi in central midfield. Thomas, Lewis and Kuyar are the attacking 3. Fagan is the current man of the moment up front. He is the man in form. As much as I know that Colehurst could come on, and if I'm honest, I'd rather have both of them in the side. However, I'm struggling to be able to get a 2-person striker formation to work with this lot at the moment. Maybe we look at switching to a 4-4-2. But it does seem to be that Alfie Lewis in that attacking midfield role does seem to be the difference sometimes when it comes to the 2 games. If you look at our last 2 games, one against Havant and then the other one against Harrogate, and the results are the first one without Lewis, second one with Lewis, and he's not necessarily the one man. He's not necessarily a one-man team. He's not the be-all to end-all, but he definitely does make a difference when he is in the squad. And we have a highlight on 17 minutes, and straight away it's us giving the ball away. Against a side like Coventry, They do not need handouts, so we do not need to be losing the ball. But Coventry looking to bring the ball forward. Eccles whips it into the centre and the back post. Luckily, the ball goes wide of that post, and we avoid being punished there for an error. We have a highlight on 35 minutes. Brilliant tackle by Fagan trying to stop Shipley from getting the ball, but Coventry still win the ball back. It's now with Walker out wide to Pask. Pask whips it into the centre. Huddard bravely comes flying out of his goal to collect the ball. Hoofs it forward to Thomas. Thomas knocks it on to Fagan. Fagan to Lewis. Can Lewis find somebody? Goes back to Femi. We've lost the momentum a little bit, but Femi, the big ball forward, trying to find QR. QR sat too far back, unfortunately, is not able to get the ball. Now Coventry's turn to hoof it forward. Tricker manages to win the ball to McDonnell, to Adebayi, back to Tricker, to Daniel, this time to hoof it forward, trying to find QR. QR is wandering around in space, not able to get the ball, and now Coventry look to come forward yet again with Shipley. Out wide to Morris. Morris in the centre. Stuparavovic? I'm not even sure how to pronounce that name, but it heads it off the post. Huddard would be disappointed to be beaten at his near post. Especially as it looked like he was being marked, but whoever was marking him there wasn't doing a good enough job. Shipley with the ball out to Morris. Morris whipped in the centre. Who's that there in the centre? Tricker doesn't do good enough. Doesn't do well enough to stop his man from scoring. And unfortunately, very early on in the game, we go 1-0 down. Half time, and we have been absolutely dominated. Not necessarily in terms of possession, but we've not had a single shot on target. Coventry have had all the opportunities in that first half, and we are, I think, lucky that they've only taken one of them. I can't thrash my arms. I'm going to point the finger. Expect to see something different in the second half. We're also going to go out with a positive mentality. We still look for a shot on target. Huddard with the goal kick. Looking for Kuyar. Can he find him this time? He does. Kuyar tries to head it on, but unfortunately Fagan can't find the ball. Coventry now look to bring the full ball forward again with Rose. To Eccles. Forward to Walker. Walker, Shipley is in loads of space. There is no one anywhere near him whatsoever. Daniel this time I'd say is probably at fault there, but I think Tricker is supposed to be on that far side. Ball comes forward. Eccles with the ball, puts it through to Walker. If we stop it there, I don't know why Daniel is here. Daniel was meant to be the right back, so he's meant to be over the far side. We've got Fifield here. Tricker is absolutely... I don't even know what to say about Tricker, if I'm honest. Why he's that far forward. Daniel's having to come across to cover. That's why there's so much gap in that position there. And I think this early on in the second half, we're going to be making some changes. Not even sure what to do here. Fifield's having an awful game. Let's bring on Tizard. Do you know what? Let's go for a 4-2-4. Let's go attacking. Let's bring Colehurst on. Do you know what? We're not going to go fluid. Let's go route one. Let's go for a balanced route one mentality and just hoof it up to the guys up front and see what difference that makes. Right, Adebayi is really struggling, so we're going to take him off, bring on Mundle. Let's push Mundle forward as well. This is not the first time I've brought him on, pushed him forward and he scored, so hopefully he'll be able to do the same thing again in this game. And we have a highlight in the background. We have a throw in. Daniel with the ball to Fagan. Kuyar tries to find the loose ball. Unfortunately not. But back out to Daniel, the original throw in taker. This time brings it inside. Goes back to Tricker. Tricker chips it forward to Colehurst. Colehurst tries to head it on. I'm not sure what happened. It was offside. I was going to say, it looks like he tried to head it on there, but no one tried to follow through. But it was because of the fact that it was offside. Right, coming into almost the last 10 minutes, and Coventry have a throw in. Ball comes to Shipley. Back to Morris. Ngandu to Stuparavaric. Not sure. Eccles. Morris out wide. Oh, they come for third. Daniel with a great tackle there. Managing to stop the play from Coventry. Now Kuyar has the ball. Can we bring it forward? Tricker. Forward to Colehurst. To Mundle. This looks promising. Mundle puts it through to Fagan. Fagan 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Can he put it in? The tackle comes in last minute from the Coventry the defender there, putting it out for a corner and stopping it for what will surely have been a goal. And I think pretty much coming into the last 10 minutes, if Coventry get a third now, I think that's going to be it. But Colehurst has now won the ball back. He's bringing it forward. He's going on the run into the penalty area. Can he put one in? He cannot. He hits the post, it looked like. And it goes out. But we have another high straight away. Femi with a throw-in. To Thomas. To McDonnell. We've looked much more promising since we switched to this 4-2-4. Back to Tricker. To Colehurst into the penalty area. And he's offside. That's disappointing. What an exciting last 10 minutes that would have made it if we'd have managed to pull one back. Yeah, he was easily offside. Tricker with a brilliant ball over the top. Unfortunately, Colhurst just couldn't stay onside. Tizard receives a booking for causing the foul. Morris with the free kick. Puts it round the wall, hits the crossbar. The ball is cleared only as far as Shipley. Kuyar manages to kick it off Shipley and out for a goal kick. We have another throw in injury time. Colhurst with the ball to Thomas. Thomas looks to bring it inside. Whips out wide to Kuyar. To Fagan. To Kuyar. Can we get a consolation goal? Kuyar kicks it straight at the goalkeeper, Allsop. And it goes out for a corner. Can we give the fans something to cheer in this game? Fagan with the ball to Thomas. Thomas laces it straight at the Coventry defender there. And is now being pressured. Loses the ball. Walker now looks to come forward after we lose possession. Femi does a brilliant tackle. Puts it out for a throw-in. And stops the counter-attack in its tracks. And there it is. The guys gave it a good showing in the second half. But unfortunately, it was just one step too far. Hands on hips. I'm gonna say it was that they were unlucky. I can't as much as I'd like to berate them for losing 2-0 because some of the players, Thomas is doing a cane this season. He's been an issue last season and he's been an issue this season as well. He is so hot and cold at the moment. I remember even saying that I think at the back end last season with Thomas. So players like him is disappointed. Fifield with a 6.1, Femi with a 6.2, but I think it was too much to ask for a second miracle in the FA Cup. Yeah, there is no shame going out to a League One side. As much as we managed to beat Swindon, I think Coventry, especially where they sit in the table, was going to be a different kettle of fish altogether. And luck, obviously, it doesn't affect us in the league. Hopefully, the loss won't affect our momentum as we look to seek revenge against Chesterfield. Well, here's an unexpected bit of news. I have just agreed a new contract with the club. It is a 2-year deal. I get a slight wage increase, but I do get an extension now on my contract, which is really good. In terms of the club vision, it didn't change it a massive amount from what it was already on. The only thing was interesting was, so they actually expect us to win promotion to League 2 in a couple of years' time. Hopefully, if all goes well, we'll be doing that this season, so we'll actually be able to achieve one of our 5-year goals a couple of seasons early, and then after that they want us to look to build on the promotion to Sky Bet League 2, so they want us to become an established League 2 team by the end of the 5 years, which I think if we carry on at the rate we're going at, fingers crossed we can, if we do go up and we end up staying up, that hopefully we can then build on what we've already done and be able to establish ourselves in League 2. But with that formality out of the way, let's get into the match, our second match of today's episode. This is a grudge match for us as we look to try and take a bit of pride back from Chesterfield, who beat us multiple times last season, including where we wasn't even spectacularly, to be honest. We just wimped out of the playoffs completely, didn't even put up a fight and gave up. Where Kane Smith missed that penalty or hit the post in the penalty shootout, one of the misses that cost us that game. The only other team news in between the two matches is that Ben Tricker has been suspended for picking up 5 bookings, so he's now suspended for this match. I'm also resting Daniel. I've decided to rest him for about 4 days in between the 2 Saturday games, so he won't be available for today's match against Chesterfield. But he's a high risk of injury, and he's been playing okay this season. He's been fairly consistent, so I'd like to kind of keep him in the squad as much as I can. So Ben Winter comes in for him. So this is the team that is going to face Chesterfield today. We have Huddard in goal, a back four, Femi, Fifield, Tizard and Winter. McDonnell and Adebayi in central midfield. Thomas, Lewis and Kuyar are the attacking midfield 3. And then Fagan is again up front. Right, I'm going to pump my fist and say the media have given us a lot of credit lately, so go out there and give them a worthy display. We haven't got the distraction of the FA Cup anymore. We still have the League Cup, but obviously that's still to come. We did actually have the draw before this episode as well. I didn't mention that, but I'll mention that when we go over the fixtures later on. Whether I show that on an episode, I'm not sure. I might wait to see if we get through to the latter stages of that tournament. And on 24 minutes we have a highlight in Chesterfield's half. Femi with the ball, 1-2 with Thomas. Femi goes past his man, goes into the penalty area, chips it to the back post. Kuyar, who has a free header at the back post. There was nobody marking him whatsoever, and he has the easiest of headers back into the back of the net. Femi with the original throw, 1-2 with Thomas. Femi has a turn of speed past his man, into the penalty area, chips it across. Kuyar just takes a step away from the defender. Defender doesn't follow him, and he nods it in to make it Boreham 1, Chesterfield 0. We have a free kick on 38 minutes. We know what McDonald can do from this range. He goes up over the wall. Unfortunately, it just goes wide of the post. Doesn't even trouble the keeper. One thing I have actually looked at on here is that we have, just as they actually removed the league table, we have another different second place team. Notts County have now moved up to second to replace Wrexham, I think it was, that were up there before this match. So the playoff pack are definitely shuffling around from game to game at the moment. But at half time, I would class that as utter domination. Chesterfield have had one shot, not a single one on target. They barely even register on the XG report. I'm going to point the finger. Don't get complacent out there. One thing I will do, go to positive. I don't think we even need to. I think I'll leave it as it is. I don't want to fiddle with it too much. I'd rather stick to what we're doing at the moment. If it's working well, I'm not going to try and fiddle with it. But Chesterfield do have a corner whipped into the centre and right at the near post. Aaron Jarvis, for his 6th goal of the season for Chesterfield, draws them level. Another set piece. I don't know what it is with us and set pieces this season. I've tried whatever I could to try and get these set pieces working. But nothing seems to be doing the job. So I'll definitely have to look at that and review that again. But Chesterfield have yet another corner. This is going to be sickening if there's 2 in a row. Luckily, Huddard this time manages to collect the slightly weaker header than the first one. And he hoofs it forward, looking for Fagan. Fagan puts it through to Kuyar. Kuyar's now in the penalty area. Can he find his second? Tries to slice it across the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, he misses the net while doing so and isn't able to draw back our lead. Right, on 65 minutes, apparently Kuyar is struggling, but he is playing well. Thomas is having another very poor game. He says he's motivated, but he's not showing it. What do I do? Because I'm reluctant to take him off. Winter's having a terrible game. Unfortunately, because I'm resting Daniel, I can't take him off. And yet again, we're having another poor defensive display. I don't know what it is at the moment, why we can't seem to... We're not very good at the back or at the front based on our current ratings, but... I need to think about this clearly. I don't want to break Kuyar. So I'm going to bring Colehurst on that left-hand side as an inside forward. I'm going to put Thomas over to that side. If this doesn't work, we'll swap Thomas back over and we'll bring Williams on later on in the game. Maybe a little shuffle round at the front hopefully might help. And Chesterfield have a free kick whipped into the penalty area to the back post. Luckily, the ball doesn't go anywhere. Kuyar manages to win the ball back, and Fagan now has the ball. We can counter-attack. Fagan has got loads of space in front of him. However, Chesterfield players are swarming back into the penalty area. Can he get across the cross? He cannot, but the tackle draws a penalty. And we now have an opportunity to go ahead again. Colehurst, who's just come on to make... No, it's not. It's Thomas. I thought it was Colehurst. Thomas takes the penalty. Very coolly slams it into the left-hand side for his 4th goal of the season to put us ahead. Whether we deserve it so far in this game, I'm not sure, but I'm going to take it nonetheless. Right, 10 minutes left to play. Thomas is now struggling as well. We have a number of players who are struggling. I'm going to take Thomas off. We'll leave Colehurst on that far side. We'll put Billy Williams on, and I have to take Fifield off. Fifield's having a terrible game. So we'll take him off as well. That's one piece of news I didn't mention. Milovankovic has requested a loan. He's disappointed, or should I say, frustrated was his words, at the fact that he's not been given the game time that he was expecting, and so he's asked to go out on loan, which is perfectly fine. He's not being used at the moment. Chesterfield have a free kick here, but it is cleared. Fagan manages to collect the loose ball. Can we counter-attack here? Ball is with Lewis. Fagan is trying to streak ahead. Lewis puts Williams through. Williams for his first touch on a highlight into the penalty area, but it is weak and it's straight at the goalkeeper. And Leatheran has no problem with collecting that ball. So we've offered him out. Nobody was interested, but we're going to keep news on that. McDonnell has a free kick whipped into the centre. The ball is easily cleared by Chesterfield. Can we get to the ball first? We can with Winter. McDonnell has the ball back now to Adebayi. But Chesterfield are starting to press us, pushing us back. But we managed to come forward with Williams. Williams with the ball whipped into the centre. Colehurst at the back post can't get on top of it, unfortunately, and his header sails over the bar. And as time should expire, Leatheran takes the goal kick, goes out wide to Mau. Mau looks to bring the ball forward, and that is it. That is the final whistle. We do manage to get the win that we wanted. Doesn't quite feel like justice from last year, but it is a win nonetheless. And I think that's going to be the making of a team that is going to go up, is a team that manages to win even when they're not playing very well. Our central midfield definitely controlled the game, but I think at either end of the field we struggled today. But I am going to say that was a good win for us, because it was a good win. We could have easily settled for the draw there, but we didn't. We pushed forward. Luckily, the penalty managed to save us. But that does keep us 5 points as we started the episode at the top of the table. But Barnet have just dropped off completely. What is going on with this table this season? Cheltenham have dropped off as well. They were 8th place in at the start of the episode. It feels like we have a new selection of playoff contenders after every single match at the moment. So that'll definitely be something to keep an eye on. So when do we come back for the next episode? We do have the FA Trophy. I don't think I'm going to show that though. We've got Dulwich Hamlets. We've got Sutton as well. We could show, and Torquay. I think I'm going to do what I said before, which is I'm going to jump ahead a little bit more. I didn't quite jump ahead as much as I did in the last kind of couple of episodes, but I think I might jump over December altogether, if I'm honest. Go into January, come back for near the end of January, and probably do Wealdstone and Barnet. If anything changes within that time, I might come back. But I think we can afford to push forward a little bit more. We're starting to develop a secure position at the top of the table now. So I'd like to think we're going to kind of continue that little bit of form going into December. So I'll try and skip through some of these games and go into the second half of the season. So if you enjoyed that, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of brand new FM21 videos as they come out. And thank you very much for watching.